So good morning. Today is June 3rd, 2023, and it's 9:03. We're going to start the meeting. Today is the general meeting for June, dedicated to update you about the medical mission and things that the global volunteer needs to do in order to be ready for the mission. So I want to thank the executive team and adding there Miss Bree for your help with a lot of behind the scene. I have specific areas that I'm going to thank people who are doing a lot of stuff behind the scene, also for the volunteers who are willing to come with us to go and provide care to people in Tanzania and provide services to people in Tanzania. They are always very appreciative for everybody who is coming to dedicate their time, expertise, and all the donations. And I know sometimes the new people or new volunteers always feel like, okay, I step up, I need to give more. I always say, just by deciding coming to the medical mission, paying for your ticket and your time and expertise, those are huge donations to the people in Tanzania, because without you, we're not going to be able to have that medical mission. And this is for all the areas of expertise. Sometimes I have my students and they say, oh, I'm more than just a student. No, even if you're a student, the time that you're going to provide, the money that you've already spent is a huge, we provide a huge impact to the people in Tanzania. So we do appreciate your help and your passion to volunteer. Our goal for the volunteering is to make sure whoever is going there, regardless of your level of expertise, wherever you go there, you go and get something out of it, like your time. I always get the instant gratification when I see the people that we help, or the kids that we go and play with, all the patients in the hospitals, or the people in the community. When they say thank you, for me, that thank you is enough. Because I know even if we have a lot of money, I cannot afford it to pay you how much you are worth you going to Tanzania. So I just do appreciate you wanting to go and help people who you've never met. And then, so they always love to see the volunteers. Okay, so with that, if anybody has a question, and then I can start the meeting, the agenda. Anybody has a question? Okay. Quick question.
I just wanted to ask,
Yes.
I know Professor Hector George had come by the school to pick up some of our donations. We're going to probably take down the signs this week. So we do have a little bit more supplies. Should I bring that by, or what do you want me to do with the?
I'll be at school on Wednesday. I can come and pick it up.
You're going to come by Wednesday? Okay, perfect.
Mm-hmm. Are you at school on Wednesday?
I will be at clinical Wednesday.
Okay.
But
so is that in front of the security there? Oh, Nicole. Yeah. So I can see Nicole.
Yeah,
so
Nicole should be there.
Perfect. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Bree, anything?
Nope. I think that's it.
Okay. So let me share my screen.
Harriet, when I come back, I'll make arrangements with you to come separate those glasses.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so there we have okay, so there's my documents. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so we are going to talk about the update, medical mission preparations, ongoing community activities, online training, date of the mission, and global volunteers, activity plan for the September, and schedules and stuff. So we are, as I said, we're going to cover things that does explain of people doing the medical mission. So to start with the updates, we had 6 people last month, no, in April, at the end of the April, we had 6 people who went to volunteer for cross ministries, and we did have that your video. I'm not sure if everybody have seen it. It's just on like 40 seconds. Let me see if it's going to allow me to play. Oh, hold on a second. I apologize. My air condition did not work last night, so they were calling me to come and fix it today, but all is good. It's all running great. Okay. So for the cross ministry, we had 6 people who went, and we were able to sort out the stuff. We were there for 2 hours. And so we are doing this every end of the month. So the one which was scheduled for last week was postponed because the person who was supposed to come and help us or guide us was not there. So that's why we postponed that. And we're going to do the next one, schedule one, which is June 29th. So we still need more volunteers. Okay, let's go back to the mission now. So for the online training, we had postpartum hemorrhage management and discussion, which was done on May 13th. We had 29 attendees, and then we had the neonatal sepsis, which done May 20th. We had 45 attendees. The reason we're doing those online training is in preparation for the medical mission. So when we go there, we want to make sure we are what we've been discussing, we're going to be making sure that they're doing at that time. And if there's certain things that they need to do ahead of time, so we're going to try and encourage them to do that now. And then when you get there, we're going to make sure everybody is doing what they need to do. So it was a very well received. And then of course, the first one was a little bit low attendance, although 29 is a great number, but low attendance because it was the first Saturday. And majority of the time in Tanzania, Saturday, they don't do training. So we were still lucky to have people who were still at work, but so they were coming in and out. And so the videos and everything will be shared now. And they are aware now, majority of the training will be weekends. And then so now we're also planning for anesthesia with Dr. Gwen, also anesthesia group with Dr. Gwen, so she can help them, give them at least one-on-one in anesthesia and whatever they need. That probably will be in the month of July. So whenever it's ready, then we let you guys know. And then we might have a couple of more training in August as we get close to and see where they are with these 3 training, and then to figure out if there's something that we need to adjust for them before we get there. Okay, so go back to the medical mission. Yes, the dates are September 8th to the 23rd. So there's some people who might be leaving on the 9th just because their connections are different, but still arriving on the 10th. So we want to arrive on Sunday, so at least you get a little break. And then Monday we start working, so we can have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday working days, and then Friday little break, and then go to Zanzibar, and then come back on Sunday evening, and then go back to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday it's like a shopping day or relaxing days or catch up with sites or whatever in Dar es Salaam, and then Saturday we are leaving, coming back. So 2 weeks, it looks like it's so much, but it's not that much. But anyway, so a lot of volunteers have already signed up, and thank you. So far we have 12 people, and I know there are a few people who are still going, but they're still not finalized their trips, which we are going to get there. At least I'm hoping in between 20 and 30, but we're going to get there. We have a few communication with other people. They have to make sure they're getting their time off. That's the part which usually is holding off, because some places they say, oh, it's fine in advance to give you go ahead now, but then we know for sure we don't want to get all these arrangements, buying tickets and stuff, and then find out that they don't want to give you time off. So it's a little bit of a challenge, but we always work on them as long as the people have shown interest and we know how many they are. So this helps me to plan ahead the accommodation and stuff in Tanzania. So for people who are still working on it, just let me know, then we can figure out things as soon as we can. Okay. Again, thanks for people who have already commit. And then I know we're going to miss Ashley because she has other things going on. So, but the rest of the people, thank you very much for coming. And if you know anybody who is has an interest and have questions about the QHSC, definitely there's Bree, or there's Miss Valentine's, or Miss Catherine, or Mr. Branca, who can help with the preparation and things that they need to know. If somebody has a specific question that for me, please let me know. I'm readily available as long as I have few seconds to spare, but I'm always happy to talk to anybody who wants to go and volunteer and make that commitment. For those who are going, I've already sent you the email last night. I don't expect you to have read the email at all, definitely. I just sent an email to make sure that you receive at least the email. In that email, you have those documents about the confidentiality forms, the do not harm, Global Volunteer Code of Conduct, and then the guide. So the guide has all that information about, like the visa process and what we need to do, the accommodation, the insurance, and all the stuff. So all those things are already in that form. So if you can fill out, especially those 3 forms, the confidentiality, do no harm, and global volunteer code, if you can fill out and scan back to me, or scan back to that email address, info.gabone@gmail.com, and then that'll be great, because then people start working on those forms to make sure everything is in there. So in the month of July, definitely we're going to be a little bit more aggressive to get those more information. Other particulars, like, so that time we might need your copy of your passport page, picture page, so we can use that for records. And then that's also the page that you're going to use for application for the visa. And then we're going to need your profile picture that we're going to use for your badge in Tanzania. So it has to be like a headshot picture, the picture that you want people to see every day. No other stuff, because you're going to be wearing with either scrubs or t-shirts that you're going to be working with. So a picture which is like presentable enough to then people can see who you are. And then we're going to ask more information about your credentials. So what initials needs to be on the badge. So, but you're going to get all that information. So you don't have to start taking notes, but you're going to get the email that is going to require those information. We're going to need the t-shirt size. We're going to need the more information about your passport number. So because the passport number, we're going to use it to put in the invitation letter where we're going to use it for visa process. But as I said, don't worry about it. We're going to get that email and you're going to see that information there. So the first email I sent last night is just to give you those forms. So once you sign, then we go to the next phase and then we start doing other stuff. What I wanted to touch base today is the travel insurance. So when you are getting your ticket, do you see my page? It says travel insurance made easy. Bree?
No, we're still on the same page.
Okay, so because I opened a new link, am I asking me to? Okay. Because it was a different document. Okay, hold on a second, it's coming. Okay, do you see it now?
Yes.
Okay, good. So that link you're gonna have, like, don't worry about copying it down. I just wanna go over it and just so you can see. I just say travel insurance. So the travel insurance is different from the ticket insurance. So when you're buying a ticket, we were not buying the insurance with the ticket because we wanted to buy insurance separate from that. That includes medical insurance. So this is the travel insurance, including the ticket coverage and then medical insurance if we need to. So this is the page, the link that we have. And well, let me pull down a little bit. You can say it's asking you how much the trip cost. So the trip cost, that's up to you. You want to put the ticket trip cost, or you want to put the actual, the whole ticket, in cost, like including your ticket, your accommodation, your local transportation. So that's up to you. I usually just use the ticket just in case if they need to reimburse me. If I can't go, then that's it. So let's say you're putting here 1,500 ups. Okay, 1,500. I mean, I know people getting ticket less than that. I just do that for math purposes. So selection, their main destination, you're going to Tanzania. Oops. Why is it going to Taiwan? I'm not going to Taiwan. It goes to Tanzania, and then the date, you put the date that we need to go whenever you are leaving. So as I said, some people are leaving on the 8th, some people are leaving on the 9th. So if you're leaving on the 8th, I'll put the 8th, for the day that you start traveling, even you're here in Tanzania. I mean, you're in the US, and then coming back is the 23rd, but the day that we arrive is the 24th. You can even put 25th, that's just in case you never know that the flight can be delayed or something like that. So this is just covering the time that you are traveling and coming back. And then number of the people who are traveling, more like is for yourself, unless you're filing with a significant other, or if you're going with a kid. Travel age, so you put your age, let's say 25 years again, and then United States, and then you say your state, then let's say I put, I don't know, Idaho, whatever. It's just, you have to put your information there. So then here it's gonna give you the quote. Oh, this is the last one, it says initial trip payment date. So when you bought the ticket, so let's say we bought the ticket, it has to be a previous date. So I'm gonna say the 31st. And then you get a quote. So it should be like, it depends on your age, more likely it should be at least less than $70. But it goes by age, oops. So you can see for the trip case, do you guys see where it shows the prices?
Yes.
Okay, good. So it depends on your age. The younger you are, the cheaper it's gonna be. If you're seasoned like some of us, it's gonna be a little bit more, but it should not be like 100 or something. No, it should be at least less than $70, unless you put like a full amount of the trip. But anyway, so the important part is like we're looking for the triple cancellation, triple interruptions. That's the part if there's a delay or something happens with the ticket. I mean, remember that time during COVID, all those things that happen, I don't know, hurricane or something, I don't know. All those things you end up getting your money back. And then medical evacuation. That's the part which I'm the most interested in. We want at least $250,000 per person. So let's say you get there, you got sick, and we need to bring you back home quickly. We want at least at $250,000. So they will get you from the medical institution and then take you back, fly you back to the hospital here. So we want to make sure you have that coverage. And then, of course, if there's a medical emergency treatment before they evacuate you, so it's and then if maybe the bag is lost or something, that's $500. And then flight accident, if something happens in the plane, and then the accidents with death, $10,000. So this is the amount that the area that you are looking for. As an individual, you can add more stuff. I mean, when you go there, you see the prices increasing. There are other stuff added in there. I usually don't see all those fluffy stuff when you're paying more for what, but I'm always interested in that. So if I was 25 and I pay $1,500 for my ticket, the chances I'm going to pay only for the $29 or $30 for the insurance, travel insurance. Does that make any sense? Maybe?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the part which we are going to start doing now for the month of June. As long as you've bought your ticket, then you can go and to that website and then find it. And if you have any question, just screenshot me and then send me that message. Okay, this is correct, or is this the one that you're looking for? So there's like 3 kind of travel insurance on that website. So just choose what applies to you, because I can't dictate that you should not get this. No, that is your freedom to choose, and that's why I let you guys to do. Otherwise, I could have just got everybody the same thing, and sometimes people, oh, I want more for this and that. So I can't tell you not to do that. That's your life. So that's why I give that people the freedom to choose whatever you want, but just the basic things that we do need. Everybody having the coverage, because if something happens, God forbid, something happens, I want you to be taken care of. And then also you're gonna give me that information, and then we keep them together. Even if we're back there in Tanzania, we have somebody here, either Valentine or Catherine, to help us. Like if we need to make an accommodation or calling the insurance to get the yourself back here, at least we have a backup people to call from United States and make sure the follow-up is, because that company is in, the insurance company is in the United States. So it'll be easier for them to call and then update us what we need to do So that's why we need that information, because everybody's going to have a different policy number. I want to make sure I have that information. So, but I said, all this information that I'm telling you right now is going to come to the second email, and then you'll be like your checklist. So check you have insurance, check you have your visa, check you have your passport stuff, you have a t-shirt size, you have some information about the trip, like why are you going? Just usually 1-2 statement. And then we ask you to send a statement, because before we leave, we're going to say, oh, Hyatt is going because whatever. So at least to advertise a little bit, and then informing people who have donated stuff to tell them, okay, we have this group that is going, and this group is comprised of certain levels of expertise or different areas of expertise. And then these are the things that they're going to do. And this is the reason that they chose to go in there. So usually we try to draw people with us and go and do the medical mission. And then when we come back, we send that information to them so they know what is happening. Okay, so let me go back to my agenda. Okay, so if you see my notes there, so that's the part which it will give you an information, the sample that I was showing. Wherever you get the amount, the actual final quote is going to be different for everybody else. And then so it can give you up to 50. So different ages is going to give you, as I said, it should not be more than $80 unless you are adding more stuff. And as I said, it's up to you. You can choose if you want maybe more coverage instead of 100% of the trip, maybe you put it to 100%. Then that means the price is going to be higher. If that's what you want, that's okay. Go for it. Okay. Fundraising part. So we are grateful that people have been working on the fundraising. And then some people have used their birth date at the, Facebook also to raise some money, which helps quite a bit. You get 200, 500, 1,000. That's helpful for the organization. We are still collecting a lot of surprises. And then we have a lot of glasses that have been collected to be given for adults in Tanzania. And then so for individual project, this year has been a little bit different from what previous years we've done. This year is like people are doing individual projects. Means like people say, oh, I'm going to work on something. So like this year, Catherine and Tanisha have been working on the glasses. That's also including Dr. Gwen to say they're working on the glasses. So the readers and prescription old glasses people, the ones that are little functional to be used. So they're working, and we have collected quite a bit. And like that's what Dr. Gwen was saying. She brought a lot of glasses this week, and then so we're going to sort them out and put them on the little covers, and then count them up and to have a total number of all the glasses donated. And then so for the glasses, we do have 2 areas to go to. One is the community, they call adult vision screening clinic. So this is like a very limited resource area. That's where the one of the Dr. Redempta, she goes there and volunteer weekly. And then these are the people who comes in there, get the screen. And if they are told that they need glasses, they cannot afford. So yes, you get a diagnosis, but then you don't have glasses to put on. And then so we are going to do 3 days, 4 days the first week, 4 days on the clinic. And then the second week, we're going to go and see the children that we're going to see at school. So, but we're going to see their parents. So we're going to have a day, and it's probably 2 days or 3. We are going to ask them, the parents, to sign up. And then so we know for sure how many they are. And then we tell them at least Monday, Tuesday for the clinic, also that clinic for the parents of the children. And then so we see how many we get. And then so that also will help us to make sure we do visual acuity screening. And then that will help to help Dr. Redempta and her team in Tanzania help provide those glasses to the adults. So it's a very exciting, and it's a lot. We have collected quite a bit of those glasses. And thank you, Catherine, Tanisha, and Dr. Gwen for doing collecting all these glasses, because without you, I don't think we would have had any of those glasses. And this is does not restrict anybody else who wants to jump in and if you have access to those glasses. And some people have been buying those glasses from like a dollar store, those readers. So you got like a little package that could have like 5 or 10 of them, regardless of the style. One color is fine. Some people are buying multi-colors, which is great. But then I know people in Tanzania love colors, but then they're going to start grabbing for the glasses that they have colors on it. But it's just an exciting thing to see that they're going to get those glasses for free, and people have worked so hard to collect for that. So thank you very much for those people who are doing in the glasses department. And I know somebody also is going to give us the visual acuity charts or the reading charts for that project. And thank you guys. We appreciate all the help. And then so we have another project for the sanitary pad project, or every girls deserve to go to school. That was initiated by Professor Hector George. She also worked with the NSNA from South University. Thank you, Nicole, Shayna and Alisa for supporting that project. So we collected up to now, as far for the sanitary pads I have, we have 3,457 individual pads. And then so we are going to give the girls for school, there's 5th, 6th, and 7th grade girls who they're close to 300 and something. But if we count the 4th grade also, it's going to be like almost 450 kids. So let's say we are calculating by 500, so to have an easier number to divide. So those kids, if we take all those sanitary pads and divide by 500 kids, so we are going to separate them and put them in individual Ziploc bag, and then at least those girls will get, even if they get for one month worth of the pads, that is an worth the effort. So the more we get, the more we going to give these girls. And I know Professor Hector George started with a goal of 500, and now she's at 3457, and she's hoping to get to 4,000. So if we can help her to get there, that would be great. And we thank you in advance, because these girls, it's unfortunate that they're not going to go to classes those 3, 4, 5 days because they have their menses. And then they're missing school. So now imagine every month you're missing 4 or 5 days, every month. So for a girl, I mean, you're already in a disadvantage if you don't have that education. And later on now, you don't even have the chance to go there, because they don't want to go there and be embarrassed by getting wet or bleed through their clothes. And then, of course, everybody else is going to make fun of them. So psychologically, it's not helpful. So we are trying to have this project going, and I'm sure we're going to get more and more as the people learn about the projects. And then so we can try to help them as much as we can. If like infinite goal, it'd be like help them 3, 4, 5 months worth of individual pads. Another option we have is to do the reusable pads, which we are still working around to try and find people who know people who make those reusable pads. Reusable pads is like so they can use it, and then at the end of the day, they'll have to wash it. So that one is going to be practical for them, so we don't have to, and good for environment. But it's a process that we have to work behind the scenes. So if anybody knows anybody, please let us know that if they can donate, and we'll be happy to sing their praises and put their name on everything we can, if they can help those girls. Okay, another project is Alisa is working with the NSNA doing the thermoregulation. And then so we are going to try and see how much we are collecting. Dr. Msambichaka also did donate a large sum for that department also. So those are little blankets, onesies, little diapers, mittens, and the socks for the little newborn who are born. So our goal is to try and get every single baby who is born those 2 weeks we are there, have that outfit, full set of outfit. One, so we can teach the mom how to bundle the baby up and make sure the baby is dressed appropriately. Even if there is some is hot, but still these babies usually start getting all those cold draft, because remember the windows are open, like a glass to protect you, to do that draft. So we do need to have them learn how to do bundling the baby up to make sure they are appropriately and covered, so they don't lose that much heat. Another project is Janet is working with the backpack and school supplies. They're still going on. We're trying to get some vendors and corporate sponsors to try and help us buy those backpacks for 830 kids. So those are the ones that we're hoping we can get. For the last 2 years, we were able to do that. the year previous that we went to the Dodoma, different city, and then we were able to buy the backpack for 1,500 kids. So this time, last year we went to, it was 830. We were able to buy for every single one of them. And then some of them were left, we gave to the teachers. So we were hoping to do the same because we know backpack is not going to survive the whole year. Because remember, for them, the backpack is everything, going in and out. The kids are walking through rain and whatever, sunshine and stuff. So it's not going to last more than 1 year. So that's what we were trying, and we were hoping that we get those backpacks for the kids again this year. Inside the backpack, we always put the school supplies, which we still in need of. And those inside the supplies, we have those little notebooks that can just write the notes in there, crayons, pencils, index cards, so they will try to write their names, especially the younger grades. And then erasers and whatever the schools need, so pencil sharpener and something like that. So if any of you guys have all those pencils, school supplies, and you want to donate them, that would be great. And then so we can combine and put them in the backpack when we get there. Okay, and then some people say, oh, we can't buy the, I mean, we cannot buy the supplies, or I don't have the time to do that. They can send us the money through the Cash App or the Venmo to the Dr. Gaboni Qhsc, and then we can go and buy those things. So any ways that people wants to donate, we appreciate that. And some people still sending me checks, which would be great. We are still collecting those the supplies and okay, money to buy the supplies. Okay, go back to postpartum hemorrhage. Bree has been working hard and collecting the charts, the pad, the scales, and the gloves for the postpartum hemorrhage, prevention of postpartum hemorrhage. So this is the project that we're going to do in there in each hospital that we go. Every mom who delivers, we're going to try to get I can give them the pads and weigh the pads to try and prevent postpartum hemorrhage by quantifying blood loss. So Bree also is working to raise money to get the weight scaling to try and weigh these pads or wet stuff that has blood on it, to try and weigh them in, with anticipation of identifying people who are at risk for postpartum hemorrhage. But in Tanzania, statistically, those people who are experiencing postpartum hemorrhage, 47% of them die from postpartum hemorrhage. So we know that's a significant challenge for people in Tanzania. So we are trying to do a little bit at a time to try and learn and identify and give them tools to be able to identify those people early on before they experience that severe postpartum hemorrhage. So good job, Bree, and she's collecting quite a bit. We have so much charts and pads specifically for that project, but we need scales, bigger scales that can accommodate that part. We're getting gloves also and stuff. So if anybody who wants to add those stuff, we're not going to say no, we're going to collect it, because the more we have, the more we can live with them when we leave the medical mission. Dr. Gwen also, as I said, she's working tirelessly with those glasses. Thank you very much. And also she donated the laryngoscope for the anesthesia training. We have quite a bit of them, so thank you very much. And I'm sure they're going to love them when you're doing the training with them. And then last but not the least one, this is a very important project. Ms. Christine Behuniak and Teresa Cooper have done it again. They have raising money to try and feed these kids for 2 weeks, and the money is already there. And then so now they're also raising, they made arrangement to get the Cliff Bars for these kids again. So, and the Cliff Bars are on their way right now, and they will be delivered to Virginia, to Mr. Poranka, so he can help us to send it to the shipping place. So thank you very much. Again, special thanks for Ms. Christine and Ms. Teresa, because without you guys, I don't think we'll be able to do this project. And it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, because our ultimate goal is to feed those kids for a whole year. But we're getting there slowly. But anybody who wants to donate, or they feel like they need to donate to that nutrition for these kids for 2 weeks, you're welcome. Still, you can use those two routes of donating, or even check. But also we do need the water bottles. So last year we did buy the water bottle for those kids, because they do have the water source. There's a tap in the middle of the school, but the kids don't have like a cup or a bottle to get the water and then go back to school, because Dar es Salaam is hot. It's almost like the weather for like Texas and Florida. It's hot all the time. So hydration is very important. And the kids stay outside the rooms playing. So they're sweating and they're getting dehydrated by the end of the day. So we thought last year that they needed those water bottles, and the kids were so happy because now they were able to grab the water and go in the class with the water and start drinking and stay hydrated. And that's the part of the nutrition program. So if anybody wants to donate and help these kids get the water bottles, that would be lovely. And we take all those donations. Okay, so I am gonna stop now, and I wanna make sure I hear what questions you have, and then we can continue. Oh, hi, Miss Christine. So anybody, if you guys can put your videos on, that's fine. Any questions that you have about the medical mission, something that maybe was not clear and you need more information, I'll be happy to. Anybody?
Good morning.
Good morning.
The forms that the stuff that was sent out yesterday, we print it out, we sign it, and we send it back, or we sign it online and then just resend it.
Either or, as long as it has your signature. Some people use your, like a digital signature. Some people use, like a different for. That's okay. As long as it has your name and it came from you, that's okay with me.
Is there a deadline for? Or it's no?
Yes, today. I'm just kidding. No. So I give you guys time right now, probably up to the end of the month. That's what we're gonna need, because I want to make sure you are set for that, and then we start giving the second phase, which is visa application and stuff. So we're not going to share the information with the visa and stuff if the forms are not done. So I'm trying to give people time so people can read and make sure they understand. I don't want to rush anybody. So probably by the week before, so that'll be, let me see, the week before the next meeting is, thank you, Tanisha, for reminding me that. So probably the 24th. So it'll be, at least I'm giving you 3 weeks. So the 24th, if we can have those forms, that'll be great. Just send it by email. And as I said, if you have any question in between there, please let me know, because I want to make sure people understand. I don't want people just sign just because. No, if there's any question, ask. Probably somebody else is thinking the questions, and I want to make sure it's clear for every single person. Hi, Lady V.
Hello there. How are you?
Hi, I can see you're presenting.
Yes. I got it out of the archives.
Okay, so if nobody, maybe I'm sure the new people are thinking of something they don't want to ask you, but for people who have gone there, please share things that in the process last year. What are the things that you needed to know before you jump into signing those papers, or even going to the medical mission? What are the little tips here and there? So at least we can get them informed. Yes.
Question.
Yes.
So I saw on Amazon, there's bulk crayons. Can I order the bulk crayons and have them sent? Where would I send them to have them shipped?
So I think the easier way you can, usually I say you can send it to me and then I have to ship them, but also you can send it to Mr. Prank, because he's the closest there. I can just drive there within an hour or two. So if you want, I can give you his address on the side, and then you can send it to him. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That'll
great.
be great. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Amazon. We have been using Amazon. I think we should get our stocks there too.
We should. Yeah, we should. And they stopped doing the I know.
Last year we got $350 from Amazon by buying all this stuff. I was frustrated when I saw that they said, oh, we finished up, and I'm like, what do you mean? Because everybody was buying stuff through QHSC. Then they were accumulating those points, and then we got those donations.
That's probably why they stopped. They didn't want to give away their money.
No, but people are buying it, because otherwise people are not, honestly, I would have not been spending that much money if they were not getting anything. I know, yes, we get a little points here and there, but it's not enough. But no, I know people complain. I think they're trying to come up with another project or something, because a lot of people complain about that, but yeah. Yes, so people can buy those bulk. So like, for example, maybe crayons or the notebook or the pencils. Yeah, so pencils, like last year we had to give each student, I think, got 5 pencils, I think 5 or 6. So we had quite a bit. It was a blessing. People were buying those little boxes, like there's like 1,500 of the little back. So any amount is welcome. So we welcome everybody else who are donating stuff. Sorry, you wanted to say something else?
Me, I'm asking a question. So if I bring supplies down there, is that okay when I come?
Oh yes.
Cool. Okay.
Cool.
I'm quiet on the scene, but I am doing something.
I know you.
So, and just to add to that, I did go to the ABA this year. So for the information that I got, the different slides on particular like splinting and wound care, things of that nature, I just kind of shared it with Dr. Rima behind the scene. So he was very appreciative of that. So it was, I don't know, well over 50 something slides or whatever, but it was a lot of information that he was, could use. And so he was grateful for that.
No, I'm definitely, they need quite a bit. I mean, you've been there almost 2-3 times now.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the need, and that's just only one hospital that you were able to. So imagine, and that's one hospital, which is a tertiary hospital, like everybody bring the people over there and they still have the need. So imagine the hospital that do not have any resource and see the kids have, so it's a huge things, and they thank you for all those things you do. I don't have any problem with you. That's why I don't even need to check up on you, because I know you will do it.
Well, what I want to do is I've been kind of communicating with the presenters from the ABA to see if I can get them to come on to a Zoom call and present to them, from that perspective.
Yeah, in fact, definitely. If you have a date, we can plan one in July or August, and then we can have different hospitals. And I'm sure as soon as we say that, but they will come. They will come to be able to discuss. And remember at that time when we were talking about a little bit, somebody from Mosho or Kilimanjaro, one region, other than the rest of them, started telling us what they do about nutrition and all the, so it's a well need for everywhere. So definitely.
Okay.
Cool.
Good morning, Christian.
Good morning, Vicki. Jones.
All right.
Okay. Any other tip for the new people? Bree?
I don't know what's going through their head, but I know last year it was very overwhelming when you gave all the information about the insurance, and especially when you start doing the visa. So if they have any questions, they can contact me as well. But I suggest putting all QHSC emails in a separate file, because I know that I was trying to look for them and it was very high anxiety towards the end there when I was trying to get everything done. So just put them aside, because I don't check my emails every day. So
hey,
make sure you put them in a separate file.
You should be checking my email every second.
Yes, I know.
No, I appreciate that. So it's true. And that's why I'm trying to send things a little bit at a time, because I agree with Ms. Bree. Last year, we had 37 people. So, and it was a large number of people came towards the end. So we were like rushing massive information, and I understand. I mean, I've done this so many times. I just feel like, okay, let me just send an email. So it was overwhelming, and I agree. And that's why this year I'm trying to do like by lump sum. So like yesterday, I send it. I don't want it to send it start to wander off. I send it just before the meeting, so then I can explain it, so you don't get to be like, and then I said, yeah. So I am expecting you to be nervous, because I know it's overwhelming. You've never been to Tanzania. It's the outside of the country. Some people have never been out of the state, later on out of the continent. So I would never send you anywhere that I won't be able to go myself. I would never put you in a situation that I won't be able to eat or sleep or walk in that area. And I'm from there. So if I suggest something, it's specifically because I have to do my homework first to make sure when I take you with me there, you are safe. And I'm safe. And that's my goal, is to take you here safely, go and do what you sign up to do, and then come back safely to your family. So those are the important part, which I want to make sure you guys know. And I choose to go to the certain places where I know for sure our presence is going to impact the area. And for us to be able to help people as much as we can. And then so when we give this information, we give you these forms for the reason that I want to make sure you're protected, and then the organization is protected and I'm protected. Meaning like, I want to give you specific things that, okay, we're going to go and sit in this area. We're going to eat here. We're going to drink here. We're going to go and party here. And we're going to relax here. So those areas is because I've already done my homework and I sift through and make sure it's okay for everybody else, including myself. So the first email is just to make sure you read. We spell out anything because sometimes we didn't have that much information down. And people were asking the information. Hey, hi, Dr. Komakoma. She's turning around. So before we didn't have all that information, people had so many questions. So this time we came up and compiled all these documents to have at least you have something in front of you. And that's why I'm giving you almost 3 weeks. Just read slowly. If it doesn't make any sense, don't get shy, just ask. They say, oh, but maybe other people did not. No, ask, and then I should be able to explain. Because if something is not clear, I want to make sure I go back and find every way to make sure you understand. And then when you sign up for something that you know for sure. So yeah. After that, it's going to be the visa part. So the visa part process is you don't have to do anything out of ordinary. I will give you the information. I give you screen by screen, say, okay, this is the website you go to. This is the place that this is the information that you need, because I'm going to give you 3/4 of information that you need, and then you have to finish up the last 2. So the information that you're going to need is, for example, is the picture page of your passport, and then we save it in the PDF to make it smaller, whatever thing, so it can fit in. And then you're going to need your invitation letter. I have to give you that part. You're going to need the letter from the organization to say that you are going with us. So I'm going to give you that information. And then the next part, you need your ticket. So you we usually show you how to save it and then attach those files. And then the last part I think you need is your just a payment for $100. You get a visa for multi-entry. So if you go with us and come back and you feel like, okay, you need to go back to in December to Tanzania and have a vacation, you have a free visa there to go. So if you want to go back, tell me so we can go together. But anyway, so that the visa is for a whole year, but still you have to go and come back, because you're going to do the mission work. Let me see what else for the visa. And then after that, usually, so we now start doing the third email is going to be now the budget and payment and stuff. And our goal, if you've seen the email, read the email, that our goal is always to make sure the total cost, everything you're paying for the medical mission is less than $3,000. So that's my limit, because other than that, I will take something out because I don't want you to pay more than that. However, the last 2 years, 2021, we had, I think it's 28 something. And then 2022, we had like 25. So there's some people who pay less than that because it depends on your ticket. It depends on the accommodation. If you're sharing versus you stay by yourself. So at least the top person paid $25.56, I think last year, individual person. And but if you're sharing with somebody, for example, for the rooms, then your fees for that room is going to be cheaper versus individual rooms occupants. So that's how the budget, sometimes it varies. And then if your ticket, you're coming from the bigger city, instead of maybe $1,500, you might pay $1,300. There's some people who pay for $1,200. Last year, because there was less people traveling, so our ticket, for example, I pay $980 something, I think, right? Yeah, so it was less than $1,000 because the people are not traveling. But this year, everybody say, oh, COVID is over and everybody's free as bird. Everybody's traveling. Like everywhere you are asking is like so much money. I'm like, why? They're like, yeah, because everybody's traveling. Like it's recorded, I almost compared to pre-pandemic. So, and that's why you see the 13, 14, 13, 15 prices there. But on the other side, we are going with the best airline possible, because usually we cannot afford that. Luckily this year it was cheaper compared to the other ones. So, and it's a very nice, I am so excited because for the medical mission, we tried to find an average amount tickets, and usually it's a Turkish airline. So usually it's always cheaper. Like last year, the Emirates was 1,800 for the same time, but Turkish was 900. That's why we ran for Turkish. It's not a bad airline, but it's just still quality, like luxury and seating and services provided. Emirates is something else. So that's why we thank God this year Emirates was cheaper. Turkish is expensive now this year. I don't understand. It's like 1,700 or 1,800. I'm like, but that's okay. So yeah, so people, that's what I said, okay, so the price, the budget is going to be different, but as long as it's less than 3,000, that's what we're pushing for. And then when I know the number of the people who are going, all the stuff that is going to be done in Tanzania, I have to negotiate as a group rate versus individual rate. So if I have 10 people, I'm just giving an example for explanation purposes. So I have 10 people for transportation from one area, so I'm going to take a shuttle that is taking 10, 12 people. So the price is going to be a little bit less, let's say maybe 200,000 shillings, which is close to maybe $100, for example. But if I have 30 people, so the shuttle, I'm going to get, instead of a shuttle, I'm going to take a bus, and the bus might be the same price of the shuttle, but I have now more people to pay for. So then I get a discount rate. And that's why I always want to make sure to do those accommodation stuff in Tanzania, I need to know the number of the people here. And as I said, once we get to the end of the month of June, by then I'm starting giving you a visa. I assume that you are going with us, and then I have to start paying down, you know, like a deposit for the hotels, the transportations, the food, and all the stuff. I have to start paying by that because I know the number of, so I can say I have 30 people, you need to pay me this. Let's say food, maybe an individual person for the amount of explanation, $20, for example, for dinner, for 30 people. I'm going to say no, because I'm going to be there for 2 weeks. Instead of $20, I need $15 to pay for those 30 people who are going to be there every day. So it's guaranteed for you. So then they need to give me a discount. And most of the time they agree, because if we are eating in the same place, let's say breakfast in the same place, dinner in the same place, yes, they're going to give us a discount. And that's how I work to try and lower the price, to make sure that the more people we have, the lesser we pay, and then that is the savings goes through for everybody. So we get cheaper stuff. And if people are sharing a room, husband and wife, or sisters, brothers, whatever, if they're sharing a room, then the price for them, instead maybe say the room is $30. So if the couple, we might be like, the first person is paid $30 and the second person pay $15. So it's 45 instead of 60. So that those ones, their budget is going to be lower, like by $15 compared to an individual person. And that's why you see the budget fluctuate. So you might sit with somebody next to you, they might pay maybe $25.40, and then you are paying $23.10, because you are doing things in couples and you get stuff for discount because there's two of you versus an individual room. Does that make any sense? Yeah. And then so for food, we do as a group the same thing. And then water, yes, we provide water for, like, because it's hot. So we provide in the morning session, you get a bottle of water in between meals. And then on the after lunch, then you're gonna get another water before you come back. And the meals, it's gonna come water or water and juice. So it depends on who is delivering that time. But we do need, and then of course we usually have water in the where we're staying. So at least in the morning you can grab a bottle of water, because some people wants to sleep with start in the morning. But usually the ones that we give you at the location is probably around 10. So before lunch, at least you are hydrated, because our goal is to make sure you're hydrated. And if you're not used to the heat, you're gonna get dehydrated very quickly, and we don't want to do that. So we encourage you to get hydrated. It depends on the location that you're going to be. Sometimes the toilet might not be of what you think they should be. Miss Christine is laughing at me. So you have to be have strong thighs to do some squatting. And then sometimes you get those, the regular toilet, but sometimes it might not be as new as you think, because remember, you're going to as a limited area, limited resource. And then sometimes they don't have the fancy stuff that we used here. So just be open-minded. And if there's any question, yes. So we always encourage people to have the fanny pack. So that fanny pack usually have, I mean, we're gonna give you more details later on, but usually you have like a toilet paper, extra toilet paper, you know, wipes, and then sanitizers. So when you go to the bathroom, don't expect that you might find a toilet paper hanging in there. If you find it, but I would tell you 90%, no. You're not going to find one. At least on the hotel, you are going to find it, because usually when we make the arrangement, I want to make sure those things are in place. Just the bare minimum in place. And then if we need to get things for ourselves, then yes. Laundry. Last year, we had somebody who was doing laundry. So the expectation is you don't want to pack 3 suitcases worth of clothing to go there. No, we try to pack bare minimum, and then if you need to wash the stuff there, we are usually we have to pay for somebody to do it, and then so that's an individual cost. So if you want to wash a t-shirt every evening yourself, yeah, Miss Catherine Dudek, she was the champion. She'd be like, just wash yourself and hang it. It's hard, it's gonna dry, but if you want somebody else to wash it, then yes, probably you give them today and then they give you tomorrow morning or afternoon to bring it back. But just be aware that sometimes they count an individual item versus like a group of stuff. So if you give them underwear, they're going to count as one and then charge you per underwear versus you know, like if it's a t-shirt or pants and suit or something like that. But usually when we finalize where we're going to stay, then we make those arrangements to try and see who is going to be there. And if they can give us an itemized prices, then we're going to use that part. But we try to pack lightly. We expect you to get 2 suitcases, and then with the ticket, free suitcase check-in. So one, you can put your own stuff, and then the second one, we ask you to put the donation stuff. So if you have a donated stuff, so you can put it in there. So the first bag is supposed to be 50 pounds. So 50 pounds, for people who know math, it's like 23 kilos. Sorry, I'm torturing Bree right now. 23 kilos. So even 22, just weigh them and then just to make sure that it doesn't go over weight, because if you do overweight, then they charge quite a bit. So then, yeah, so one suitcase is going to be yours, and then the second suitcase, we're going to ask you to put the donation stuff if you have them. If not, then we make arrangement that probably we might buy towards the end and say, oh, I have a space in my suitcase. So then we buy something on Amazon, like what Mrs. Christine was saying, buy Amazon, then we can ship it to you, and then you pack it on the suitcase and then bring it with us. So those are things that communication is going to pick up as easy July and August to make sure we are coordinated, and then and give updates as much as you can. But I'm encouraging you, please, it doesn't matter how many questions you ask every day. If you can ask in a group, the Qhsc friends and members, that's fine. Or you can ask me on the side, or you can ask the people who have gone there today. I mean, Brie was already volunteer, Mr. Pranka also, Ms. Valentine, Lady Vida, Mrs. Victoria Jones, Mrs. Christine Behuniak. You can ask them if you have any specific question, maybe if you are, I don't know, afraid to ask me. I don't bite. I love the question, so then I know if something needs to be clear, I can explain to it. So I'll be happy to answer anytime. But sometimes I might be hidden somewhere. I may not answer. I might get busy with other things, but I promise I will go back and answer it. Yes, sorry, Mrs. Christine.
That's okay. I thought of a laundry suggestion I could make for people. I found last year, there's the soap, the laundry in bar soap form. So I brought that, and it at night just quickly, washed out like underwear, things that I would need, and hung them. So that's another way to do it and pack lighter.
Yes, very good. Thank you.
And not have to pay for laundry, which can be a huge surprise. The second year we went, I didn't know about the per item, and I swear it's like per sock they charge. So I put in all this laundry, and the bill came. It was a huge bill. So I went crying to Dr. Gaboni, and she got it more reasonable price for me, but it was horrible. So now I wash my own.
Yes, so many people can get very creative. Yeah, so you can get the bar soap with you and take it with you. That may help. But I said it's warmer. And then so at the end of the day, if we have maybe a couple of t-shirts, you can wash one tonight and then wear the next one tomorrow, and then, like keep alternating. That's fine. But yeah, it's something that I said, we learn as we go. And then so once we have that situation, I have to warn you and say, yes, they charge per item. I don't know who told them that kind of laundry service, but well, but it's good to know. And if there's a lot of people who are going to do that, then definitely we have to ask them for like some discounts and stuff, because we're going to be there for a while. And if they're using the services, then yes. Brie, do you want to say something, sorry?
No.
Oh, okay. Lady V, do you want to say something? Because I see.
I don't have anything to say.
Oh, okay. Another thing, meals. So food. I know people have different tastes. So if you have never eaten, if you have never eaten Tanzanian food or African food, so be open-minded, and then you enjoy. So there is a lot of they cook their food fresh all the time because they don't keep the food in the fridge because sometimes there's no electricity. But anyway, so the food is always fresh, fresh, fresh. So, and also they use some spices. So I always tell them, you know, lay low on spices until maybe we start eating the first time or second and everybody likes it. And then they can add it, you know, like a little bit to make sure it's spicy enough. Because sometimes the spicy taste, not spice hot. So sometimes people are like, oh yeah, I want more spices. I'm like, no, what they're asking is a spicy taste, not a spicy hot. So it's not like a jalapeno, because some people like jalapeno. But when you say it's spicy, for them, it's like extra spices. They start adding more stuff, and it might be very bitter if you're not used to the taste. And so I always just tell them, I mean, if they're cooking group food, it's always like so they lay low, and then if we like it, then the next day they might add it. Towards the end, sometimes they might say, oh, we're gonna take requests. So if people one time, I think they wanted pizza or something. So we were supposed to have our pizza this coming medical mission, but this is pizza for Tanzanian style, not pizza in America. So be open. The bread may be a bread, but the mixture may not be that. Yeah. So it might be interesting. And so for the food choices, yeah. So we do get breakfast with the room. If we get this place that we are talking about, yes, we do get breakfast with the room, and then lunch we'll be in location, so then we can get the food delivered to wherever we are, and then dinner we come back and eat the same place that we are sleeping. So there's a lot of options, and towards the end, like maybe 2 weeks before that, usually they send me a menu and selection of stuff, and then so we start picking, okay, definitely we might want this and this and this combination of this and this and this. So at least we know what we are eating, and then people who are vegetarian, for example, will let us know, so then we put the dishes separate from everybody else. And most of the time it's a buffet style. So if you, and they do a lot of vegetables in Tanzania. So because it's not like everybody can eat meat. So they do a lot of vegetables. So the selection of vegetables is there. So if you're vegetarian, you're like, but if you have specific allergies, maybe gluten-free or something like that, so then as long as we know ahead of time, they will try to make sure wherever, if they're cooking anything with wheat, they're going to put it on the side so they don't mix stuff up there. So those are things that we need to discuss and let us know. So if I know, then they will definitely put your food on the side by yourself. You wanted to say something, Lady?
I was going to just mention about the, is it going to be at the same hotel?
No, so Luther House, the hostel last time we were, they said they're going to have renovation, so which is unfortunate. Yeah, so we are looking for, we have a 3 area now. In fact, this morning I was chatting with one of the person. They're giving us the apartments and stuff. So, but my concern with apartments, which looks beautiful, but the problem with the apartment is like people are going to be in different locations. You know, like even if it's a close by, but it's still different locations. So how are we going to meet for breakfast? How are we going to meet for dinner? And then so other logistic has to be included in there, because most of the time when they give me a price for accommodations, is included breakfast. So if it's the apartments, who is going to come and serve us breakfast, and where are we going to get the breakfast, and how, you know, so those are the logistic stuff that I need to go through with them and figure it out. And then another place, they have a hotel, but the gentleman I was supposed to talk to this morning was not available. But once I know, yeah, but my goal is still getting at least the same, close to last year, the same amount of the accommodation with all the benefit that we got last year. So that's the argument I have. And then because we have a number to prove it, So if we have 20 plus people, yeah, we have at least a voice to say, okay, we're gonna be there for 2 weeks, definitely give us a good deal. If not, we're gonna go to another hotel. And there was another hotel that which you find it was very nice, but it was so far away, like an hour. No, that would require us to wake up at 5 in the morning. No, for 10 days.
I was about the Luther House. I enjoyed, this is an afterthought, and I really enjoyed staying there because in the morning, before you can even think about waking up, the services next door will wake you up. And so that will give you an extra charge. And so sometimes I would get up and just hurry up and run out the room, put my clothes on and go to the service. And, you know, that was just like an extra boost of energy to get you up and going in the daytime.
No, I loved that one, definitely, yeah, because I mean, the services you can hear it in the morning, definitely. And of course, it was a Christian-based location. So, you know, kind of it was safer in that area. So, yes, but it's unfortunate, but because they were like, okay, oh yeah, we're doing renovation unless you have maybe less people. I'm like, no, we're not treating people. No, we're not doing that again. But yeah, so the other areas that I'm getting right now, as I said, I'm working on 2 places. They might be similar to Luther House, but maybe without the church next to it. We're going to start probably singing ourselves then in the morning, 5 in the morning, right? I can wake up and start singing for you. That would definitely put you to sleep. No, but yeah, so once we know that, but then I will share the budget because that's what is holding me back because I don't want to say, here's the budget and then, oh, next week, okay, let's change and add more $10, $15. No, I don't want to do that. But definitely by the end of the month we have, so we'll be even before you start committing to visa and stuff, you will know for sure the budget is. But I just remember my goal is definitely to put it less than 3,000. I'm trying to beat every year I go. So my challenge point is 25, 40 something. So if I can get less, that part or close to that part, then that'll be good. I know the ticket is a little bit expensive compared to last year. I understand that. And so if that, then I'm trying to manage somewhere else to try and balance those amounts so we can still have close to that so people are not paying too much out of their pocket. And of course, our ultimate goal as an organization is to try and get the sponsors and people who can help us. Definitely. My idea would be to pay for the people who are going, because they've already paid for your ticket and stuff, at least the accommodation and stuff to be covered. And that will be my ultimate goal, but I'm working on it eventually. So stay with us. Any questions? Anybody else? Yes.
One more thing, and it's not a question. It's just I wanted to give you a little. Sorry, I got a new puppy.
Oh, they want to share the story too.
I'm trying to train him to be a therapy dog. So
okay,
that's without my spare time.
All right, yes.
That's Allie.
Hi, Allie.
Anyway, the shoes, 70 bags of 25 shoes. That's a lot of shoes.
Take pictures, please.
Yeah, my garage is so full.
Wow.
We can't put anything else in there.
Wow, that's a blessing.
So,
oh my goodness. In fact, I forgot to explain that one. I'm sorry. Go ahead and tell them because I don't think they know that.
Oh, okay. It's a shoe fundraiser. So it's a company, they're called Qhsc, and they're based in Florida, actually. So I collect all the used shoes from people. They're technically gently used shoes that people are just cleaning, spring cleaning or getting rid of or can't wear anymore. And then I bag them. I just rubber band them together, bag them in sets of 25, and then knot the bags. They send the truck, pick them up, they truck them back to Florida, and from there they send them out to different countries to women-owned businesses, and the women sell the shoes to earn money for their families. So they send them to like Haiti and Honduras and a lot of countries in South America where they have these women that are micro enterprises, women that are trying to start businesses for their families. So, and then they send me a check for QHSC. I forgot that part. So, and I think it runs about $100 per bag. So I hopefully I'm up to $700. I'm hoping.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a great thing. So next year, if anyone knows, in fact, I have my mother-in-law is in a senior home, and she said, oh my gosh, I'll bet we'd get a lot of shoes here. So I'm starting to put all these new people on my list for next year.
No, that is so cool. I mean, we need to do everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
$700.
if you find,
So I have a
yeah, it's
question.
awesome.
What about collecting shoes for the children at school?
We could.
Do they have a specific type shoe they're supposed to wear?
No.
Because I know
they're not going to put any type of shoes because people cannot afford it. So the children, yeah, it should be at least something that is running or walking for a distance, because remember, they all walk. I mean, nobody has yeah. And so, I mean, the sizes will be challenged, but still, 800.
But that was observation, that I saw the need was great there. So.
Oh no, it's huge. People who are doing sports last year, in fact, this is particular for the sports people. When they were doing sports last year, the children, they will bring they come with shoes at school. They will take the shoes off to go and play football.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, soccer. Because they want to save their shoes. They don't want to run down.
Oh.
So they put the shoes on the side and socks and go barefoot and go and play the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, like here, you put your shoes on to go and play, right?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Because when they run out, you change and go to another one. But for them, they take the shoes off first and then go and play barefoot.
The only issue I see with that is we'd have to be sure we had 830 pairs of shoes. Right.
That's the problem, yes.
Because we wouldn't be able to give some shoes to some kids and not to others.
Yeah, that is going to be a challenge. But also, yeah, because that one is, unless we have, I don't know, like 1,000, 1,500, then for sure they're going to find somehow, somewhere. But I think the one that you, Ms. Kristen, you're doing is because we get the money. Then you can go and buy more stuff. So that one definitely. But I mean, yeah. So Lady V, that one is great idea. But I agree, we have to have probably collecting more than 1,500 different sizes, starting with the small size to the regular size for older kids. Yeah. But I mean, definitely, I like that, Ms. Kristen. I mean, I think when we come back, or maybe if we have to start setting it up now for next year, because if we be like multi places collecting those shoes, we have like a drive that day, everybody bring their shoes somewhere, or pick them up from somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said too, if you go to different groups that might be wanting to get rid of shoes. I mean, I've had people, I put a notice out to the neighborhood and I've had people say, oh, you're a godsend, because I've been cleaning out my shoes. I didn't know what to do with them, or I was cleaning out my parents' apartment and didn't know what to do with all their shoes. So they just brought them to me. So I think, you just get the word out and you go to different groups and
so do you have like something that, like the link or stuff for people register or something to be able to start that, or how did you start yours?
I saw it's called Qhsc. I went under fundraising organizations.
Okay.
So if you go to qhsc.org.com and then, or go to funds.org, FUNDS.
Okay.
org, O-R-G. And
Okay.
it'll come up.
Okay.
and they have actually funds.org has different fundraising opportunities. But I think the best and the easiest one is the shoes.
No, but I mean,
because-
that one definitely I can see is like people are trying to displace their shoes.
Right. And
So
some
then-
people throw them out, and and it's so much better than to know that they're going in the garbage dump.
Wow. No, definitely. I mean, that one, we probably need to organize it and start, even if it's early on now, we can start organizing for next year. So just collect. And then we have a day, like a drop off shoes date, and then we collect all that, probably maybe like in December or something like that. And then continue collecting, and then another drop day, maybe around February. So we have a huge group, and then another drop down is like maybe in May or something. So if we have like
Right.
3 drives, I mean, in different, we can organize as a different, the whole country. So people.
Right. Yeah. If you just have different people, the only problem is you have to have a place big enough to store all the shoes. Like I had to clear out the garage and make sure there's enough to keep all these bags, because they send the truck. They happen to have the truck in the Northeast in June, so I have to set up a date with them to come
Okay.
and pick it up.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, so if we have, like if we have a drive, set the date, let's say, I mean, I'm talking about, for example, Florida, for example, we are collecting in November 12 or something. So the drop down. So we're going to have that drop down date and then pick up date, maybe wherever they're coming. They're coming maybe, I don't know, a week late or something. I mean, I have a garage door here. We can just that time collect all the stuff for them to come and pick them up. So it'd be close to the date of the drop down, because people are going to have it in individual places. You know what I mean? Like if
Right.
so many of us here in Florida, so if everybody collect, I don't know. And then so we have a drop down and then pick them up. Yeah.
They usually give you a month to do
Okay.
it. And I've gone over a month. I've gone almost 2 months.
Okay.
So, but I'm doing it by myself, and I just started doing it and learning. So I think if you're prepared ahead of time and you know what you're doing, it's a lot easier,
No, but I mean, that's a very commendable. I mean, for one person, you're almost raising it was for $600-700. Whoa. Okay, so let's say we have 10 people.
Yeah, if you have 10 people in the same area, oh my gosh, you could get so many shoes. And he said it's like 100 bags is $1,000. So, I mean, think of all the money you could raise with 10 people. That'd be awesome.
Wow. Okay, we talk offline and just to make sure we get that part, and then I have a few people who are going to be helping me.
Okay. Yeah, and they're so nice. The funds.org people, they're wonderful.
No, that definitely, because I mean, you don't have to like go out and sell something and spend your time or whatever, but at least you just go and put the word out there. Okay, the collection is this date, and then I think we should be able to do that. So if we can organize to be like the whole areas, like each state are collecting certain day, I think that would be fun.
And it's awesome too, because you're not asking people for money. You're not,
exactly.
All you're asking for is their old shoes,
Yes.
And who doesn't want to get rid of their old shoes? As long as they aren't ripped and the soles are coming off. And
yes.
I mean, I got a few pairs of those and I just threw those out,
Yeah, I'm sure if you're collecting that big, then some people might lose. Yeah, I understand that part, but no, that's, we're going to wake up. It's going to be like an initiative for we're going to find a little name to it.
Yeah, it's fun. It could be a group activity and we'd have to do it online, but.
Yes, no, definitely. I mean, my head is spinning right now. And I have so many people even outside the country. Oh yeah, but so they can at least help us to chill and stuff. No, but I mean, I appreciate that. Definitely, that is a huge, and I was telling before, I said, the nutrition program is a solid program, and I cannot wait to see those kids in their faces when they'll be eating food. I cannot wait.
I can't either. I'm so excited.
I know. For people who have not gone to Tanzania, definitely when you go to school and you see these children who don't ask for much, but they don't have anything, but they're the happiest people on the world.
Oh, yeah.
They're the
It's
happiest
great.
people on the world. So when you see them eating food, yeah, it's just, it makes it worth it. The whole thing this we're doing right now, trying to work extra shift to get a little money to go and help those kids, just to see somebody else have a plate of food in front of them. And then
I almost started crying every day just watching them eat lunch. It was, it was great.
Yes, it is good. But anyway, Brianna, any questions? Christine, another Christine. Mr. Jones, any comments, questions? Alisa?
I kind of wanted to circle back to that the bar of soap for the laundry. Do they have that
Yes.
for like sensitive skin? And if so, can we link that?
The soap is for sensitive skin. I can't remember the name of it, but I will
Okay.
try to find. I'll try to find the name of it and post it.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Brianna, any questions?
Nothing that I can think of right now.
Okay.
I will say this though, those of you who like to have the different food or snacks or whatever the case may be, you might want to bring some in your soup cake that might not have what you like. That is there, you know, peanuts or whatever whatever you eat, bring you some snacks, okay?
No, that's very good. Thank you, Mr. Jones. Yes, so I know last time Hunter, she is funny. She was like, okay, you have to pack the little cookies and stuff for things that she can't eat because she has some allergies. But yeah, it's a good idea. If you have little snacks and you like to munching at night or in a pocket just to hold something with you, yes. But you are, Miss Christine and Miss Teresa are gonna share some of their Cliff Bars. But
Right.
we ate
Yep.
Cliff Bar last year. There was like 4,000 or whatever. We ate so much of
Yeah.
because they accumulate so much. So the kids got almost 3 or 4 bars each, and then so some of them were left. So the volunteer didn't have to like test them to make sure they are safe for the kids. So, but we were testing them every day, so it was okay. But if we need to eat something else, like little peanuts, as what Mr. Jones said, something that you can munch on in between, that's okay. We do have some fruits, but as I said, I don't like people to eat on the road. Please don't do that. Just because I'm not sure if it's safer out there. You know, safe, I mean, like whoever prepared it, was it clean enough? I don't want you guys to get sick. People in Tanzania, probably they're used to it. You are not. So I don't want you to start eating en route or something like that. So if we need fruits, then let's make sure that the hotel or the restaurant or the hostel we are staying, they will prepare the foods for us. Or if we go and have it delivered, so that person I know for sure, then he's going to prepare safer food for us, then yes. But we just don't eat on the road or something like that because I don't want you to get sick.
I have a question.
Yes.
I just realized all of you guys have a QHC shirt. So I want to know, when can we get a shirt like that?
So we do have, I mean, when we are going, we're going to give you one freebie for the from the organization. But right now, Ms. Bree just set it up with the Etsy. So if you buy the t-shirt, Bree, can you show them there? Yeah, so if you buy the t-shirt, there's a lot of different kinds. So there's that tie and dye, there's yellow, like what Lady Visa is wearing. There's a black one, not like this kind, but that's the logo is like what the hands around it, you know, to show like we're holding the world. So those are the style that is current. This was original. This is like, I bought this probably 4 years ago when I started the organization. But then last year they have the yellow one. But then this year it's multicolors, but most of the time if you're getting it, just get the black one with that little logo like what we have. So we're gonna wear those at an organization. Yeah. So then whatever you are buying through Etsy, some portion of it goes back to the organization and donate for the medical mission. And that helps also to get other stuff for people who are going over there. That was a great question. Thank you, Brian. I forgot to advertise Bree's stuff. And then, yeah, so Bree, if we can post again the page, the link in group, so people can just click on it and then go back to the HCNC. There's a lot of products there. I mean, I have my blankets, I have my pillow.
I'll post the link tomorrow. I got to clean up the shop because some of the things have expired.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, so when we are there, we're going to have a badge which is going to have a logo, and we have a t-shirt, a scrub, or whatever you're wearing it to with the Qhsc, so we know who you are, and if either you get lost or something like that, then they will know, okay, oh, your group is on this side. Because if you wear regular clothes, we might not be able to find you unless you find us. So we try to be at least more visible, so make sure that we know we work in groups, so you don't get lost. And of course, we encourage new people who don't speak Swahili. Just know that the little, like simple phrase. There's a tip guide I send it, it's a Word document. It's a long book, so it has all the information. Is if you people who wants to plan ahead, so you can see them. There's like a language. Just say hi, or the bathroom, or water, or something. Just those simple words, individual words. But also now they have Duolingo. So Duolingo, you can Google it and put the app. It's free. You can learn Swahili. So it's just like a little simple phrase, like, if you want to go to the bathroom, or you want to, you want a towel, or you want water or something. So you can have those just simple words. Majority of the time, if we're doing training, if you don't speak Swahili, then we have somebody next to you who can be translating, who speak both English and Swahili. So then you'll be working with somebody else. So don't stress out, be like, okay, how am I going to communicate with them? Some places in the hospitals, the doctors and nurses do speak English, but their English might not be a conversational English. So if we think that there's a struggle there, then we make sure you have somebody who can translate. We do have some few Tanzanians who are going to join us to the medical mission, so thank God. They were there last year, and they're going to be here this year too, so you'll be paired with them. Some areas that you might need to have only one translator because people speak English, so they're going to communicate with you anyway. But not all the, for example, nurses or the unit attendants speak English now. They can hear you, but they might not be able to communicate back to you. So we usually, those areas, we put somebody with you to be able to cover that and make sure that somebody is translating for you. Okay, any pointers for people?
For going back to the food, if they can take the Pepto-Bismol tablets, that helped a lot of people last year. Or for ladies in that time of month, take a Leave or Tylenol, whatever helps them. Those little care package pills helped a lot.
Yes, thank you. And then so on the tip guide, there is information about, we get it from the CDC that explain the vaccines and some of the medication, the anti-malaria, the anti-diarrhea or UTI, all those medication, take it, screenshot that page and take it to your doctor or a physician or a nurse practitioner, and then tell them so you can order those medication early on, because the majority of the areas, they don't have, or the pharmacy don't have the anti-malaria, unless you live in a very diverse community. So usually they have to order it out. So it might take maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. So in July, that's the time, speak to your doctors so then they can give you a prescription and then you can order it and then you get it. Because remember, some of the prescription you're gonna get weekly. So you have to take a week before, and then the day you are leaving, and then every week until you come back, and then 4 more weeks when you come back. So those are almost like 8 pills. So the problem is with the insurance is they're going to give you the medication per month. So that's why if you start in July, then you have the July dose and then July and August dose to take with you. So then when you are in the medical mission, you don't have to worry about, okay, I'm going to run out or whatever, something like that. Because if you have insurance with the medication, they're going to cover only monthly supply. So you're going to be in the middle. Although we're not staying long, thank God. So you'll be already probably back by then. Or if it's time to pick the next prescription, you'll be in Tanzania. So we try to say that in July and August, get those prescriptions with you. it'll be good. The anti-malaria, sorry, anti-diarrhea, you take it because remember your stomach is not used to the type of the food, and sometimes some people their stomach is so sensitive. I know Breeze just said the Pepto-Bismol, yes, that might help, but the anti-diarrhea is just like you are eating something that your stomach is not used to. You're gonna have to have those runs, and sometimes the area that you might be there might not be conducive for those needs. So if you feel like your stomach is, like is not feeling very well, then take that medication with you. If you don't get sick, that's fine. Majority of them are prophylactic medication anyway. So you just make sure the doctor knows. So then if you're taking any other medication, so we don't want any contraindication between those two. And usually the doctors will know, and they will tell you options. The website, the CDC website does tell them, give them like 3 different anti-malaria medications. So if you have certain things, then you take this one. If you have certain things, you take this one. But the physician needs to know that part. And sometimes the doctors, if they're not well-versed, so they might say, oh, they've never ordered this topical medication. So you might have to go to the travel agents, nurses to give you the medication. But make sure your doctor knows first, because if you have other medication, then they will tell you, this is contraindication for that, but then take this one, and then go and ask the travel nurse to help you with how to get the medication. So that's why we want that process to start early, so you don't have to wait until the last minute. Okay. Any final thoughts? So as we said, review those forms slowly and then sign it. You can sign by digital signing, that's fine. You can print out, sign it, and scan it back, that's fine. Or and then email to info.qhsc.com. No, sorry, info.qhsc@gmail.com. Sorry, I'm trying to say the website, I'm like, that's not right. So the Gmail account with info. But if you make a mistake, it goes into clickable, that's fine. It's gonna come back to me. I will put it where it's supposed to be. So respond to those by the 24th. So at least we have things in place, but starting July, we're gonna have to get with a visa. Because once I get that part, and then the next thing is gonna be you send me the your passport number so I can send it to the invitation letter, because the invitation letter has to identify as Bree with number, passport number. This is requested to have a visa to go to Tanzania, because that one has to be individualized. So by then I will definitely need your passport number so you can be included in the visa application. And then definitely by then you will know the budget. But I said I'm working on it. Hopefully this end of this week we secure a place. I have 2 perspectives, but I'm trying to figure out, make sure those small logistic, we want to eat together, we want to do things together, and then and go and rest in the ocean after working so hard and buying spices, right, Miss Christine?
Yeah. Yep, I need some more.
Okay. No, I need the baobab seeds. Oh, those are so good. Put in my tea. Yeah. I just finished some of them here. But anyway, if you guys don't have anything, other questions, I don't want to keep taking more of your time. We post the link, and then also, if we have any question, you want to ask a question in the group, please do. If not, just send the question on the side, and then I will respond to them as soon as I can. But thank you again for spending the time with me here on Saturday morning. And then I welcome all the new people. I'm excited. We might have next probably meeting, we might have new faces, because some people, we have more people definitely, because I know some of them are just waiting for permission. And then so we continue working, but no question is small question, just please ask so we can answer it, and I'm sure we can benefit from that question, and your contribution is needed for this. So ask those questions, please. Otherwise, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you, and have a great Saturday morning. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.